Hey! Oh, thanks, Athena. I see. I owe us hydration also. I am online, right? Because OBS says I'm not. Hmm. Thanks, Benny. Cheers. And Morg. Okay, this is everyone's time of the year, time of the month to renew. Is what I'm hearing. All right. The 24th. All right, the last, second to last Sunday of the month. All right. Yeah. Thanks, Morg. And thanks, Sapphire. Also, I know you paid for a few in advance. I think so. I'm gonna thank you now. Okay, their OBS is finally caught up. OBS says I'm online now. Okay. Okay. uh, well, we've got more Phoenix, right? Yeah. Oh, also I almost said it. I'm doing all right, Athena. Hope you're doing all right. Um, I was a little sick. Oh, hype train. Who started a hype train? Huh. That explains. Fair. Thanks. Bu- 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 bu. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was sick on Wednesday, so that's why I didn't stream on Wednesday. I hope you'll forgive me. On a related note to that, uh, I believe that Spiritfarers is such a laid back game, and it's not exactly a plot heavy game. So I figure if someone can't make Monday streams, who normally does Wednesday streams, they're not gonna miss much if I just play it on Monday this week. So I'm gonna do some Spiritfarer tomorrow instead of my backup plan because I could not get Shadows of the Empire working. So Spiritfarers is now the backup plan since I wasn't able to play it on Wednesday. So it does mean we're gonna have two Spiritfarer streams in a row, tomorrow and Wednesday. Uh, you know, that's cool. Damn. Mm. But yeah, I got wherever that Phoenix Wright game went. I gotta just put the games I am currently playing in their own category and sort that one to the top. That's what I should do. Yeah. And their yard game. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. All right. Yeah. Oof, gotta turn the volume down just a smidge. For me, at least. I know more, but gifted subs don't count for that when it comes to, yeah. But I know. I know. It's because they want you to have FOMO. But I know. You're I know. Alright. They want your money. As always. Technically, yeah. Alright. Looks like the hype train's gonna fail. Oh well. It's just Phoenix Wright. Oh, well, yeah. January 8th, 9:46 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Do I even have proper... Whatever. Ah, good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning, Maggie. So what do you think is going to happen today, sir? Yesterday's session didn't go so well and ended on a giant mystery. That's true. And we still haven't solved a single part of it yet. We haven't... We have... Yeah. Are you okay, Nick? Oh, huh? Oh, especially because we're, like, so mid-case right now. I should catch y'all up. As y'all may remember, there was a fake Fauxnix, and... Oof. It's been long enough. Okay. Hydration. As we know, there was a fake Fauxnix Wright, an imposter, Fauxnix, if you will. And he took on Maggie as a client and completely did a horrible job of it. And then after she's been in solitary confinement for like a month or so, came to our desk and was like, Evelyn came to our desk and was all like, asking for an appeal and us going like, we didn't do this. And so we're retrying our case, but because it was already tried once, we've got restrictions and blah blah. So we did some reinvestigation, and there's our fake Fauxnix, who's a loan shark with ties to the mob and hangs out with the mob boss's goth daughter. There's also the French caricature character who definitely did something shady. Not sure what yet though. But yeah. Hey everybody. Oh yeah. Fauxnix has that really red tan. Alright. I saw it, that little flash of doubt in your eyes. No. That wasn't doubt. That was, determination. Why don't I believe you? It's nearly time, Maggie. You better get going to the defendant's seat. Roger. Don't let me down, Mr. Wright. I'm counting on you. Hey, pal. Hey, Detective Gumshoe? Quit stressing Maggie out. She doesn't need that. You need to, like, chill a little bit. You need to, like, I don't know. Like, how do you know she was stressed? I was watching through the doorway. Yeah, that's why you need to chill a little bit. Oh. You look like you lost the case already. Show a bit of confidence, will you, pal? Here, maybe this will help. Huh? Have you taken up aromatherapy too? No. We found that in the chef's kitchen. It might have something in it. Well, it was empty, but it might have had residue that he found. So let's see. Not in a million years, pal. Don't tell me that you don't remember this thing. Come to think of it, that doesn't look like one of those aromatherapy bottles. This is a small bottle that turned up in Tribulations' kitchen a couple of days ago. Well, look at all these little bottles. Oh, yeah. Alright. Yep, a different bottle. We saw that was different. Immediately took it because we believed it was evidence without any real indication otherwise, except for the fact that it was different. Finally got the analysis results back from the lab. So, what is it? Is it the poison? The poison for Cusco? Cusco's poison? I'm afraid not, pal. It's medication. For who? Oh, it's the medication that was missing. Medication? Yeah, for ears. Topical use only, apparently. For ears? You mean... Yeah, it's the medication Glenn Elg was using for his ruptured eardrum. What was Glenn Elg's medicine doing in the kitchen? Small bottle of victim's ear medicine found covered in unidentified fingerprints in the kitchen. Unidentified fingerprints, you say? What about the unidentified fingerprints? Anything on that? Someone screwed up, so they only had time to analyze the contents of the bottle. Another hour and they might have gotten something on the prince, but, it's gonna weaken its impact as a piece of evidence. Okay, pal, this is it. Make sure your defense is impregnable today. Got it? Today's trial. I'm gonna expose that guy for what he's done, or my name isn't Fauxnix Wright. Yep, that's the fake Fauxnix. Yeah, probably stolen by Sticky Fingers McCaricature. That is almost a worse name than... That is a worse name than what his actual name is. Cause like, his actual name is the least offensive part about him. January 8th, 10 a.m. Yeah, no, that's the funny part. This is the funny part. January 8th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Baird. Oh, and if I remember correctly, where we are through, because we said so, rules on our 17th cup of coffee for Godot. I swear, it skipped from like 7 to 17, if I remember correctly. But like, alright, 17, sure, whatever. It was just one day. Took you 2 days of the previous case to get to 16 or 17. Did you get to 17 on the previous one? Meh. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready and waiting as always, Your Honor. So it's number 1 today. Yeah, speed chugging them, honestly. Very good, then we'll get underway at once. Yesterday we heard the testimony of Mr. Victor Kudo. He claims to have witnessed the defendant putting a powder into the victim's coffee. That was clearly the goth girl. However, the witness's testimony was plagued with a number of problems. The mark on the rim of the cup shows the victim drank from it with his right hand. But according to the old man's testimony, he picked it up with his left hand. Wrong voice entirely. Thank you, Mr. Godot. Furthermore, according to the witness's account, the victim was listening to the radio with an earpiece in his left ear. Yet the victim's left eardrum was ruptured, which made him effectively deaf in that ear. I swear this is the first time we've seen this exact picture. We've seen him looking at with the scouter, but I swear none of the pictures before have actually had the radio with the earbud. That is interesting, but it is worth noting that Maggie Bird is a returning client. She was the first client from the previous game. Oh, hey Mari. So, it's hard to exactly say how much of a on purpose or accidental that may have been. Considering her name had already been set for, yeah. But yeah. Interesting, though. Absolutely. She could very likely have been placed there because of the magpie thing. Yeah, that is funny. It is funny. It's amazing how many contradictions a single case can have, huh, Nick? Ha! Allow me to enlighten you, Your Honor. The world you see keeps turning, and you must turn with it. You've lost me already, Mr. Godot. Don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today. Only losers think like that. Gotta change with the times. That's one of my rules. Are you implying that you've resolved these contradictions? You know the answers to these riddles. The old guy wasn't just throwing the seed in here. He was throwing us off the scent. And today I'll prove it. Honestly, I think it's the same guy who makes his coffee, you know? I think his legal assistant is sitting there off the side, constantly brewing coffee with a saxophone just at the ready, you know? His personal saxophonist is allowed in the court because he's also his legal assistant, you know? I think I already answered that one. Just like Maya is allowed next to me because she's my legal assistant. I totally pay her, definitely. Yeah, most overworked, overqualified. Let the first witness take the stand. Alright, who we starting with? Oh, yep. And you are?
Oh, bonjour, everyone. I am Jean Armstrong, the owner and head chef of Le Tribune restaurant. Enchanté.
Yeah, okay, you know, let's get through this. Forgive me for asking, witness, but are you a... Oh, come on! Come on!
Oh la la, monsieur. As you can see,
Gentleman, yeah. Can we get through this character already? Or, on the day of the incident, you were in Tribune kitchen. Isn't that right?
With you, monsieur?
This does suck.
Everything feels right.
Cup 2. Ha.
Oh, he's totally unfazed. Doesn't anything intimidate this guy?
It has been 0 days since our last microaggression. Absolutely. Please tell the court what happened that day at Tribune.
Oui, volunteers. When it all happened, there were just two customers in my restaurant. I remember I was experimenting with some new art decos that day. Like having a large mirror between the tables, for example.
Wait, are those mirrors? Oh. Are those mirrors? That... There's a picture also. Those are dividers, not mirrors. What's going on here? What are you talking about? Okay, that's the first thing I'm pressing.
Perhaps that is what the old man was looking at. The cup, the earpiece, and the glasses. He would have seen everything in reverse, no?
What mirrors? A mirror?
Oui, un grand mirror, the most enormous mirror.
God, this man is so fishy. He's hiding something. He's in so much debt to the mob. He is lying to our face.
And suddenly the mystery disappears. Like I said, the world keeps turning, so roll with it. That would explain the coffee cup and the earpiece conundrum. The mirror would have made everything appear back to front. What the heck, it's way too early in the morning for this to be happening to me. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Alright. Très bien.
Bullshit. Yeah, your month must be up. Evelyn! Can you hear me from the ads dimension? 3 of 9 ads? That's insane. That's insane. I have to go in and check something. That's insane. I mean, okay, so I guess it is 3 minutes of ads, but yeah. Yeah. Oof. Okay, well. Yeah, Saint Athena. Blessed are thee. Athena, you do so much. Alright. How big of a mirror are we talking about here?
Oh, Something about 4 meters wide and we about 2 meters high. Let's see, if 1 meter is about 1 yard. Holy glass in a frame, that's huge. Holy glass, Batman! I was intending to install it on the ceiling eventually. Oh my god. Ceiling? Was there a mirror on the ceiling? I don't remember. Well, no, but I decided not to go through with it in the end. Shit. Press harder. What the? There was no mirror. You really had such a large mirror in the restaurant. Someone would have noticed it. But there's nothing about a mirror in Mr. Kudo or Maggie Bird's testimony. But... You didn't ask, Trite. You have only yourself to blame for such sloppy work. What? A mirror was delivered to Tribien the day before the incident. Really? No, you can't be serious. No, this can't... I am being gaslit here? As Mr. Armstrong testified, he was carrying out some design changes. Damn, I gotta watch more. As it turned out, he didn't actually use the mirror in the end. This just doesn't add up. Even if a mirror was delivered to Tribien, it doesn't prove that it was in the restaurant on the day of the crime. Huh. If you want to doubt someone, Trite, look in the mirror. I'm sure the person looking back at you will be dubious enough. So the witness yesterday had seen the victim reflected in a mirror. No. Okay, so... Damn, doesn't actually show... Well... That seems like an interest in the muting... Ugh. I will need to see how this goes for myself. Thanks done randomly. I will make sure I watch someone's stream in the next few days so I can see it happen myself. Normally, I need to know how these things are affecting my viewers. You know. All right. Sounds. Yeah. All right. Let's see. I mean... Yeah, thank you. Let me check this again. Really, no indication? Yep, no indication. Where is the mirror? You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna present the actual picture from the day of the crime. I don't see a mirror. Tell me where the mirror is. Tell me where the frickin' mirror is. No, come on. I am being gaslit in this courtroom. Alright, Alright, let's just... I don't expect people to know the difference between a reflection and a real object. Yeah. Yeah. Normally. How does normally come into this? That's lame, Trite. Even for you. Huh? Are you trying to say that if something isn't normal, it isn't possible? Is that it? Where does that leave the porky-headed lawyer and the top-notch chick over there? And the ungodly cool guy with the mask over here. Well, Trite. I don't have the top. I mean, yeah, you do kinda, girl. No Wait. Not everything was... Yeah, I don't... Hey, girl. Okay, that worked. Coffee cup, the earpiece, and the HMD. Let's think back over Mr. Kudo's testimony for a second, shall we? The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. No question, you lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt. Yep, been there. Done that. So to summarize, we are told both the HMD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now, Mr. Kudo saw that as a reflection in a mirror. It means both the HMD and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side. Yep. Exactement, you see, monsieur. Now that you think about it, it is not so odd, no? Alright. Unfortunately, that's where you run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. If Mr. Kudo really did see everything in a mirror, why is it that the HMD is now on the wrong side of his head? Mr. Wright is correct. If the witness genuinely observes the victim reflected in a mirror, then we would expect the victim's eyepiece to have been over his right eye. 3. Cup number 3. How bitter. Trite, you should have a taste of this bitterness. It'll calm you down in no time. Are we talking about your coffee or something completely different? You don't understand the way the witness thinks. How he thinks? Remember this, I presume. The I broke the vase sorry apology, I mean, Mr. Kudo's sworn testimony? Exactly. The old man has one very grievous habit, other than throwing seeds. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddled his mind makes it. And what's the most striking thing about Mr. Elg? Good, it's the victim's eyepiece. And that's my point. The old man strikes again. Mr. Elg's HMD made a big impression on that old man. 4. Cup number 4. God, you gotta stop chugging them, okay? That's 2 in one statement. I saw the earpiece and those newfangled spectacles he was wearing. Oh yes, they were both on his left ear. Do you hear? His left ear. Tripe is a hell of an insult. Huh. Well, Tripe. That's the worst but best impression of Kudo ever. Wow, I really thought he was old seedy for a minute there. Kudo's good. Okay, so wait, now he needs... Okay, if we're commenting on it, that means that from now on, whenever Kudo is trying to, you know, quote another witness or something, I gotta actually make him give a bit of that affectation. Yeah. Also, Maya focus. Enough. I must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash in much of his testimony. I don't know what word I was trying to say for a second. Bad luck, Nick. Looks like the boil of a contradiction you found is just a rash. A mirror can't be beaten by a handful of seeds, nor can it lie. So, what exactly was the old man looking at? Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong. Go on. Tell the court. We're all ears. Oui. I can explain. Please, if you will look at the plan of the restaurant. A mirror can 100% lie. Absolutely. We know this. Alors, is everyone sitting comfortably? The mirror, it was in the middle of the restaurant, dividing the two halves. No, it fucking wasn't! There was only one seat from which you could have seen an image of the victim. That was the seat at the table next to the victims. That was where the old man was sitting. After the terrible incident occurred, I moved the mirror so it was not in the way. But naturally, I did not touch anything else. Fine. See no problems with the explanation we have just heard. From the table next to the victims, Mr. Kudo could have seen the victim in the mirror. What a nutty... confusing. All is a man like this. Don't worry about it. We can keep up except for the guy breaking out in a cold sweat over there again. Fauxnix! I hate that guy. Said you didn't touch anything else apart from the mirror. Are you quite sure about that? Of course. Well, Miss Wright, your cross-examination, if you please. The mirror. So, run this by me again. The mirror was here, correct? Really? Because I know if I were you, I wouldn't have put a mirror there. It would be in the way. Look who's talking, Trite. Huh? You're obstructing my view, among other things. But this is my seat in the courtroom. Trevian's charm is that it gives you the impression that you're the only customer. Temporarily placing a mirror in that spot would hardly be in the way. Unlike you, Trite. I tell you what, sure, a mirror was there in the middle of the restaurant. No. Bullshit. No. No! Bullshit. No! Come on! Cannot. Okay. Bullshit. This other contradicts with the testimony we have heard, Your Honor. The crime photo? Yes, this photo clearly shows something that theoretically should not exist. What on earth do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? Should not exist. Sounds like you're describing yourself, right? Okay, that's not... No. We're not going on to the vase topic. The vase, no. We're not sidestepping the mirror by talking about the vase. Now the defense would please clarify its statement. What is this something that... Take that! These are pretty obvious that... The vase? What possible connection does that have with this witness's testimony? Your Honor, I'm telling you that there should have been no vase on this table. Because it very clearly... Okay, there it is. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry. There is one thing that was clearly demonstrated by yesterday's testimony. Mr. Kudo broke the vase that was on the table where he was sitting. And yet, as the court can see, there is an unbroken vase on the table next to the victim. Why? Because Mr. Kudo was not, in fact, sitting at the table next to the victim at all. Objection! Don't be an idiot, Trite. That's impossible. That seat's the only one Kudo could have seen their victim's reflection from. Exactly. There's only one conclusion we can draw from this contradiction. There is no mirror in Tribune that day. Your testimony, Mr. Armstrong, is an elaborate lie. Don't try to confuse the court, Trite. Obviously, the witness cleaned up the vase, while the police were taking their time getting to the crime scene. He said he didn't touch anything else. Unfortunately, Mr. Kudo, that doesn't work for me. Mr. Armstrong already testified to the contrary on his own words. I did not touch anything else except the mirror. Chug. Well, Ines, what do you have to say for yourself? I was right, there was no mirror in the restaurant that day. In light of this revelation, we returned back to the original problem. Why did the victim have an earpiece in an ear in which he couldn't hear?
An earpiece in an ear which you can hear.
You only get one shot in life. There's no turning back.
You want to claim that the mirror wasn't there, Trite?
Then this problem is all yours.
How do you explain what the old man saw? If I can answer this, then I'll be that much closer to the truth. I can feel it. You gonna be okay? There's more than just one contradiction, Maya. What do you mean? Remember what Maggie told us? There was another man at the victim's table. And there was a sample CD on the victim's table. Fall flies in the face of Mr. Kudo's testimony. And I think I know the reason why nothing in this case is adding up. Well, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Yes, Your Honor. The reason behind... the victim was a phony. This case is riddled with contradiction, yet there is one very simple answer that clears them all up. And what is that? The incident Mr. Kudo witnessed and the incident the victim experienced were two completely different events. What? Yes, the victim that Mr. Kudo saw wasn't Mr. Glenn Elg. It was Mr. Nelg? I can't really reverse that name very efficiently and make sure y'all know what I'm saying because, well, it's a palindrome on purpose. It was an imposter, a phony, pretending to be Mr. Elg. Obviously, unlike the victim, there was nothing wrong with the imposter's left eardrum. That's how he ended up wearing the earpiece in his left ear by mistake. 5. Settle down or I'll clear the courtroom. Quiet, Gramps. Why don't you clear out of here, huh? Why don't you clear out of here, huh? Yeah. What did you say? Trite, are you saying that what Mr. Kudo saw was a setup? Yeah. Someone pretending to be Glenn Elk and acted out the whole coffee poisoning. All for the express purpose of creating a witness out of one Mr. Victor Kudo. Objection! Get real, Trite. Why would anyone want to do that? Isn't it obvious? The thing Mr. Kudo was most insistent about in his testimony was... The serving girl brought him a Javachino. Yeah. Serving girl, yep. Serving girl? Whose face he never saw! It's so hard to believe, but... There was only one, and only one reason to show Mr. Kudo this fake poisoning. To show Maggie Bird an act of poisoning the coffee. Objection! Are you insinuating that the waitress in the old man's story was a fake as well? It's true that there were no other customers in the restaurant at the time, but... It's also true that the chef was there. He would have noticed what was happening. That's right. Well, witness, your restaurant really was the scene of such theatrics. You would have known about it, correct? He did know. He was in on it. Ooh la la, this is most difficult for me. No, it's quite simple. All you have to do is testify you are under oath after all. Was there in fact a phony at Tribune that day? Defense demands that Mr. Armstrong tell the whole truth about what happened. The defense's request for additional testimony is accepted. You will accurately explain in detail the events in the restaurant that day. Ooh. The victim, Monsieur Elk, he came to my restaurant alone. I remember the old man arrived not long after him. There were no other customers. When he got word he won the lottery, Mon Elk became very excited. It was approximately 5 minutes later that the poisoning incident occurred. Alright. Give me a second. Let me chain some facts together I haven't actually done so far because it's going to be relevant. Where's the right... Oh, I know. It was in this one. 130 was the, 130. Time of death was between 130 and 230. It was like... Yeah. Let me see. Do I have anything else? I don't know when Kudo was at the restaurant.
Do I? Huh. When was the medicine picked up? Okay, you know what? Well, there was no time for Fauxnix to do the acting. Oh, sure. Alright. Just so we're clear, there was no mirror in the restaurant after all. Je vous demande pardon, forgive me, your restaurant? I lied because I wanted this mess to be cleared up quickly. What? Okay. Well, what you have just done is commit perjury, Mr. Armstrong. We'll decide how to punish you later. Oui. For now, we'll hear your cross-examination, Mr. Wright, if you please. He took that perjury charge a bit too well. But I'm guessing he'll be in more serious trouble after this cross-examination. Probably you mean Victor Kudo, correct? Oui, he comes often for my special coffee. I drank your coffee once, Mr. Armstrong. It's special, I'll give you that. It's worth a sip just for the experience. You hated it. You make me so happy, I'm sure you're almost welcome anytime. I said it was worth one sip, and nothing more. Yeah. Sol and Mr. Kudo arrived at the restaurant around the same time as Victor. Maybe I should ask about his arrival in more detail. Yeah. What time was it? Out of curiosity, about what time was it when Mr. Kudo arrived? Oh, no, I cannot remember, monsieur. Damn. We were told by a witness yesterday. Oh, we were? Cool. I don't know why you put olive oil in your coffee. Yeah, something's bad's in there. Crime report at 2:25. For a kind of scary old man, sir. Okay, so it was 2:25. How long did it didn't take him like an hour to get to a phone though, right? Incident happened about 20 minutes after he arrived. So victim must arrive between 2 p.m. and 2:10, no? Just after 2, huh? Thank you for Can't sit here all the time and do nothing now, can I? Thanks, Judge. Honestly, actually, I'm surprised you remembered. Honestly, the Judge, you seem like you've got a goldfish memory a lot of the time. So, like... Congrats. Congrats on remembering something. Time of the day will be added to the witness's testimony. Alright, okay, now how do I properly... I guess the flyer? That sounds right, yeah. Afraid I finally got you, Mr. Armstrong. What? No. Olive oil? In Starbucks coffee? That's horrendous. Like, okay, there's olive oil in coffee. That's bad. Olive oil in Starbucks, though? That's probably so much worse. Like, that's horrible. What do you mean? At the time in question, the victim was listening to the radio with his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Each week, they announced the winning numbers of the $500,000 lottery ticket. Oui, that must be the show mon egg was listening to. I can't see any problem with this testimony, Mr. Wright. I wonder. You say the victim arrived at the restaurant after 2 p.m., correct? Oui, I am sure of it. I remember it perfectly now. I knew it was that time because I had just finished serving a lunch menu. Get to the point, try it, if you have one. The show is broadcast live at 1:30 p.m. and it claims to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life. It's on the air at 1:30. Now, supposedly the victim made some noise when it was announced that he had won. And yet, I don't believe his cry of joy would have occurred after 2 p.m. because the show had already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by that point in time. Technically, if it's 10 minutes long and starts at 1:30, it would have only been over by like for 20 minutes. But yeah, you know, it's point stands. No. This victim we've been told about has done nothing but the impossible. Listening to the radio with a ruptured eardrum catch a show that was already over, there's only one conclusion you can draw from these facts. The victim was an imposter acting out the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder. Yes, there were 2 Glen Elks in Trabian that day. The real Glen Elk, now dead, having been poisoned by the real killer. And the phony Glen Elk acting out the events for Mr. Kudo to witness. It certainly seems that way. I mean, if that wasn't the case, then how could you explain the time discrepancy? Quite a performance, Tripe. You're almost on a roll. But sadly, you lack the rock-hard foundation of rhythm to build your song. What is this, Music Theory 101? You know what? I think Godot could be a pretty rockin' music teacher. You know? Like, just take this man and put him in a classroom. I do not need to change anything else. To recap, according to your imaginative theory, it's now just after 2 p.m. You could have reading Rainbow. Fair. Phony Elk is performing a play for the benefit of Mr. Kudo. How do you explain, then, where the real Glen Elk is? I don't believe I have to spell this out for the court, however. At the time, the real Glen Elk was already dead. It's certainly the obvious conclusion.
Objection!
Fair. Do you think... Okay, so now we're deviating from the initial premise, okay. Alternate theory. Not just a music teacher, but a music teacher who DJs on the weekend. And his mask is like a you know, is an equalizer image, you know, just does the bars, you know, back and forth instead of up and down, you know? What? Now I presume you can prove this theory of yours. Can you explain where the missing corpse went to? The kitchen, I guess. According to the old man's testimony, there was only one other customer there. If that customer was the phony Glen Elk, then where did the killer hide the body of the real victim? Oh! Fuck. I was being gaslit. But not in that way. Can I see a seam? No. About there? No, maybe not. Maybe not. Huh. What if the mirror... Because there was a mirror delivered. What if the mirror was hiding? Okay. So hear me out. What if the mirror was here? Right here. Because if he was sitting here, then he could see here, and then the mirror was, like, there so that... I don't know. The mirror was basically just being used to hide the body. What about that? We'll figure out all the logistics of that as the case goes on. Hid the body in the vase. Oh. Beat is bumping. I'll point Mr. Wright. If your theories stand up to examination by the court, you must provide us with proof by answering the prosecution's question. Where did the killer hide the body? Yes, Your Honor. No conjecture, Trite. Let's hear some facts for once. Show the court a piece of evidence that proves where the body was hidden. Evidence? What's with the intense pressure in here all of a sudden? No, because, okay, so first of all, the black and white picture that we see, dramatization. We're not supposed to take anything that's not in the court record as being necessarily 100% true, because otherwise, you know, sometimes they're just imaginings. So this photo is without the mirror there. The mirror was then put up there to hide. Now, the old man was sitting over here, like he normally is, or not normally, like he was. So, in Armstrong's testimony, the old man was sitting here, and with the mirror there, it allowed him to see over here. Now, we have now declared that the mirror was not there, but a mirror was delivered to the restaurant, so there was a mirror somewhere, but it wasn't in the middle of the room. Now, if the old man was still sitting there, he could only have seen here or here. You know, this entire table, or whoever is sitting right here. Now, if you put the mirror up here, it's not so that the old man could see the reflection, but just to hide that, and give the impression of it being a perfectly normal seat. Because, like, the old man came in or something, and I don't know. Point is, the mirror was used to hide this spot, and... You know what? No. The fake Glen Elg must have been sitting over here. So the mirror was here, so that if you glanced at it, you know, it was just another empty seat across from it. Yeah. That's what it was, right? Yeah. Point is that the old man did not see the fake Glen Elg in a mirror. The mirror was only used to hide the body. Alright, contradiction. I think technically you are right. The lottery happened, and so that was a crime of convenience, because Glen Elg was there to sell. Glen Elg was there to sell the fake Fauxnix a super virus, a super computer virus. But he's turned it all around and backed me into a corner instead. Well, Mr. Wright, the court will now hear the defense's theory and evidence. First, where was the body of the real Mr. Elg concealed? Inside Travian. Would have been too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside Travian. Interesting. But where could a body have been hidden inside a restaurant? Perhaps you could care to show the court on these plans, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? Okay, let's see if my theory is right. Can you back it up? Oh, okay, so I think I got the right place, then. The mirror's not in the evidence, is it? Mirror's not in... Fuck. Okay. Crime scene photo? Okay, I think you've grasped the heart of... I don't think you'll ever grasp the real heart of rock and roll. What are you talking about? Okay. I don't have the mirror in evidence, so... My theory is a sham. Feel the beat and then hit him with some heavy metal. Okay, I need to calm down. Okay. Pick another location. Well, then it's probably in the kitchen. Nice supposition. The real question is, can you back it up? Okay, yep. Mr. Armstrong, do you recognize this bottle? Oh, no. I have never seen the ugly bottle before in my life. I only use the very best bottles, monsieur. The highest quality only for me. Where was that bottle found, Mr. Wright? Interesting enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen of Tribulations. Quoi? But I only ever use the bottles for my aromatherapy oils. This bottle doesn't contain aromatherapy oil, Mr. Armstrong. Yeah, honestly, like, yeah. Oh, it contains a medication? Like, yeah. To be fair, I don't know if they were gonna kill him originally. Well, honestly, if this was all prepped beforehand, yeah, they were gonna kill him. Honestly, yeah, imagine that your murder plan is foiled because the guy wins the lottery in the middle of your murder plan. That is insane. Yeah. Because that's what happened. Yeah. Damn. I'm sure everyone remembers, don't they? Mr. Elk visited an Athena otolaryngological clinic and was given medication that day. Fuck. I think I figured out how to pronounce it last week. Otolaryngological. Pterodactyl! Yep. Pronunciation, please. Otolaryngological. Funny how I can identify, you know. Autoerotic golem ecology. Yeah, I know it's an ear, nose, throat doctor. Just call it an ENT. Fuck it, you're right. In the ENT clinic. Perfect. 6. Cup number 6. Can't be serious. Defense had the contents of the bottle analyzed, and I have the lab results here. Contents of the bottle matched the prescription that was given to Mr. Elk. Ugh. Glenn Elk's murderer hid the body in the restaurant kitchen, at which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket. He had an appointment with his ENT where he picked up some drop. Yeah. Fauxnix Wright in the alternate reality where everything is Tolkien. Lord of the Right? No. Fauxnix of the Ring? Which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket? Yeah. I know what it means. I was asked for pronunciation guide. Yeah. Otolaryngology? Well, it's because here it is autolaryngolical. Ology makes olical. It's that last part that's really tripping me up. I'll be honest. Logical. Logical. I don't fucking know. When the incident occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen? Mondo? Yes, you know what I'm about to say. It was you who hid the victim's body. Y'all. You know I want more clips, but like, can we not clip me fumbling over over words all the time? Thank you for the clip. Alright, yes, you know what I'm about to say. It was you who hid the victim's body. You did a fine job pretending to defend my client, Maggie Bird, however. You were setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back. No. It's an extraordinary development. Witness, did you murder Mr. Glenelg? Never, I could not do such an horrible thing. Ah, dehydration, of course. Cheers. I'm sorry, what's going on? No. Yep. Mr. Godot? Bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee. That's one of my rules. Do you have the slightest idea how many cups you've had by now? 6. I like to do the same to the person who lied to me. I like to chug... No, I think the word was I like to down... There's only a slight tinkering of those words that, So you want Fauxnix to go down with you. Down with you? Okay. I'd like to take them down with my empty cup. Listen up, chef. How about a brand new flavor in your ear? My H-deficient friend. It's a little offensive. Je vous demand pardon, please. You must hear me out. It is a trap. Listen to me. Por favor. Wait. Is that French? I don't... Whatever. You hablo español, Mr. Armstrong, and por favor is Spanish. I was right! That is Spanish. Hablo español? I'm only asking you once. Did you do it? Okay, you can't. Are we just moving on past that? Are we just... Is this man even French? No, absolutely no. I simply... Let's hear it. Got one shot, right, Gramps? Witness, the court will permit you the chance to make one final statement. If you lie under oath again, Mr. Godot's coffee mug awaits you. As does my gavel. Oui, it is clear. What do they always say in the movies? I've got a bad feeling about this. I honestly, I wasn't necessarily for sure certain before, because let's be fair, nobody's anything until definitively stated, and we've proven that they're not lying. It is true. I hid the body in the kitchen. A man forced me to do it. I had no choice. No, sorry. The French portrayalness in this game is not good. And yeah, you know, we can
shit on the French all we want, but like that doesn't mean I want to sit through a game with this.
I had to get along with him because there was a reason why I could not refuse. But I did not kill him, I swear. You must believe me.
You were forced by who?
I cannot say, or I will be arrested.
Let's try a different question then. When Mr. Elk died, was he really the only person at his table?
There was...
Yeah, I suppose accurate enough, but like... But it was Danganronpa, okay? Didn't really... Yeah, okay, sure. It was alright, Cajun French representation, but like... It was Danganronpa, so like... I think we're grading on a curve already. Better than you would expect, absolutely. But like... I think that part of it's because our standards were probably a little lowered at that point. Fair. I knew. Maggie was telling the truth. May cross-examine the witness now, Mr. Wright. There's just one more thing I need to do. I gotta break this guy and get him to tell us the name of the real killer. Okay. Alright. Was it this man? Send this dance of ring around the rosy, Mr. Armstrong. This is the man that you've been referring to. Ah, who is that? I feel like I've seen him somewhere before. Oh, I don't know, maybe a month ago in this very courtroom? This man is Furio Tigre. He's the manager of a loan office called Tender Lender. There's no point trying to hide the truth anymore, Mr. Armstrong. I know you couldn't go against Mr. Tigre, at least not while he had this on you, the loan contract. A $500,000 loan from Black Market Loan Shark. And you had no way of paying it back, did you? That's why you were forced to do anything this man told you.
Oui, it is as you say.
Mr. Armstrong,
La Tigre.
La Tiger, E. La Tiger... Oh, yeah, E as in he, yeah.
So, like, La Tiger, he told me I was going to use my restaurant for a business rendezvous. On the day in question, he was meeting the victim to demand that he repay his loan. I don't know why it happened like that. I just did not... I just did what he told me to do. I had no choice. I carried the body and the unconscious Maggie out of the dining area and into the kitchen. After that, I just tried to forget what I had seen.
I think we can now safely say that the man who forced your hand was Mr. Furio Tigre. Alright. I don't see a fake Glenn outfit. I do have one further question for you, Mr. Armstrong. The poison and the lottery ticket that were found in the defendant's apron pocket. Was that your doing as well?
Oh, no, I knew nothing about that. You're making it look like it was Maggie who had done it. It was... I was not... It was despicable.
Mr. Godot, you will summon this Furio Tigre as a witness. I doubt that can be arranged today, so we will adjourn for now. Proceedings will continue tomorrow. What do you... Oh, okay. You already got him ready? 30 minutes. 30 minutes? What? And the trial will go on. I'll see it to it myself. I need half an hour to get that guy in the stand, not a minute more. Okay. Don't sit back and relax yet, Trey. No one knows if that chef is really telling the truth or not. This trial could still go either way. Unless his credibility has been shot. Well, our request is granted, Mr. Godot. We will resume once Mr. Tigre is ready to take the stand. Until then, court is adjourned for a 30-minute recess. Alright, cool. Let's get the red man in, and get the Frenchman out. Like, all the way out of the building. January 8th, 1:21 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. So we're finally going to see the tiger on the stand. We've almost got this case won now, Nick. I wish I could agree. Out of the country, perhaps? Or into orbit. You're right. Both excellent suggestions. When I cross-examined Mr. Armstrong just now, he said he was just doing what the tiger told him to do. But Godot picked up on it, remember? He pointed out that without proof, we don't know if what he testified is the truth. You mean you think Mr. Armstrong was lying? I don't know, but if that's the line the prosecution takes, we could be in trouble. I get the feeling that we don't have the case-making evidence we're going to need. Hey, pal. Oh, hey, cool. What you got for me today? Or this afternoon. You already got me something today. What are you so jumping about, Detective? Your hair's standing on end. Hey, that's the pot calling the kettle black, little Miss Topknot. It's not a top knot. Never mind about the hair, just calm down, alright? I can't stand still when I don't have a job to do. I gotta get wound up. Ah. No kidding. You got something you need... You gotta have something you need me to do, pal. Anything. Why is this... There. Well, hey, I'm gonna take a jog back down to the precinct. Go. I'd get some prints analyzed for you if you've got an hour. An hour? The trial will have reconvened by then. But Nick, we still don't have a really decisive piece of evidence, right? True. Without some kind of trump card, but... Okay, City... Yeah. Check the bottle that has unidentified fingerprints in its description. Like, you know. You're going back to the station anyway. Could you find out whose prints are on these? Oh, hey, that's the small bottle I gave back to you this morning, right? Yeah, I think it's time we solved the last mystery of who the prints on it belong to. Sure thing, pal. Actually, that's been gnawing at me too. Small bottle given to Detective Gumshoe. Okay, I'll get this off to the lab right away. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, you're right. You're right. It was very much like, hey, you got anything I could have? Take that. You know, just like, whoa, hey, whoa, hey. I'm right in front of you. You're just handing me a piece, you know, bottle. You don't gotta yell in my face. Just make sure you don't lose the case before I get back. No promises. It's pretty much the final showdown, I guess. It's time to separate the phonies from the real guys. Do I have... January 8th, 1:56 p.m., District Court, Courtroom number 4. Okay, did I get a regeneration of points? Do I have points? Court will now reconvene, Mr. Godot. Did you find this Furio Tigre? 7. I even tamed him for you. It was a 3-cup job, no problem. Do we count? Do we add 3 to the count then? Is that actually 10? I don't know. I'm gonna keep it 7, but we're gonna keep a +3 to the side. You know? To tamed him. The guy's name may be Furio Tigre, but come on. Yeah, 7-10. 7-10 split. He's pretty lively. Be careful, he still bites. Very well, please show Mr. Tigre to the stand. Witness. Please state your name and... Yeah, button. Ah! Maya ran. Don't hide on the table, Maya, unless there's room for me down there, too. Fauxnix! What you say to me? No, nothing. I didn't say nothing. No, honest.
I've never played BlazBlue, so I'm gonna take your word for it. But you know, less buff Iron Tiger sounds right. Could have guessed that fear would induce a bad Brooklyn accent in the judge. Okay. So, does that mean the judge is from Brooklyn, but we know his brother is Canadian? What does this mean? What does this mean? I got business to take care of. You hear me? So who the hell called me into this hole? Was it you, Spiky? Ah, no, of course not. It was the judge is hiding under his desk. This is not making for a fair trial. Magnetic grappling. Your Honor. Oh dear, I seem to have dropped my pen. Where on earth is it? Don't mind me, just carry on with the proceedings as normal. That's it, we're doomed. Maybe you just don't hear me. I said, who the hell was it to call me in here? There's no need to shout. We can all hear you. What'd you say? There's no point struggling. You're caught in a snare. The relentless snare of the law. And I'm the one that hauled you in. Grr. Too cool. Don't let him get the better of you, Nick. That would mean a lot more if you were up here with me. Let's start with the basics. You know about the incident in question, correct? Incident? I don't know nothing about no stinking incident, mask boy. You mean you didn't attend the previous trial of Maggie Bird? Maggie who? I got more important things to do than watch courtroom dramas. Of course! Well, perhaps you could give us your testimony then. Was that a new cup? I didn't see him... Oh, I must have missed a count. 8 out of 11? Okay. I didn't see him get served another one, but maybe I wasn't paying enough attention. I can lose focus. Please tell us about what you did on the day of the murder. Fauxnix, right. You was the one who set this up, didn't you? He was gonna regret the day you ruffled the tiger's fur. You hear what I'm saying? Gulp. Maybe I should have brought a diaper with me today. Fauxnix? Okay. Sure. I'm not gonna kink shame. Get a grip, Nick. Tiger's alibi. I don't know nothing about no murder. I was tied up with business in December last year. Spent all of my time in my office. I got whales lined up to borrow cash from tender lender every single day. You just want to check my alibi? Just ask Violetta. Ah, at last I found my pen. Very well then, Mr. Wright. You're What is it? Please, witness, if you could refrain from shouting out like that. I know the kind of games that guy in the blue plays. That lowlife ain't no lawyer. He just punches away to stupid details till he wins. Lowlife, me? Listen up, Smarty. Every time you ask me something that doesn't relate to this case, I'm gonna bill you $50,000, and you's gonna borrow the cash from me. That's not how that works. It's one loan contract I refuse to sign. And don't think it ain't gonna hurt when you tangle with the tiger. Ha! I love a good spectator sport. Just a minute. That's really not... This witness is... How can I put it? A hungry tiger roaming the urban jungle. Get on his bad side and he'll bite everyone's heads off. Yours too. Very well, I have no choice but to impose a penalty system here. It's better be listening. I said I got business to take care of. Big business. If I don't split now, I ain't gonna catch my bus. Oof. Court will impose a penalty for any irrelevant pressing of witness testimony. Oh, keep that in mind as you begin your cross-examination, right? Okay. Okay. Yes, Your Honor. You can do it, Nick. Come on from under there already, would you, Maya? No, Tiger's alibi. We didn't say it was a murder. I'm not being immediately shot down, okay. Are you sure about that? We're talking about 1 month ago, you know? See these teeth? That's how sharp my secretary is. Sharp? Is he talking about Viola Cadaverini? Ugh. She writes everything in my schedule. December, mainly in the office. That's what it says. That's where I was. Seems like a rather sketchy schedule. Urgh. There he goes again. Tiger did all December isn't the issue. What's important is what he was doing on the day of the murder. What do you say want? What do you want? You wouldn't mind going into a bit more detail? This is a dead end, right? And you know it. Remember the rules. No, it's essential that we establish witness's alibi accurately. I agree. The victim was killed on December 3rd. Were you in the office that day too? Maybe you ain't listening. Of course I was. I never set foot outside. I had meetings all day with a bunch of cats wanting to do business with me. Let's read some stuff. Payment was due last year. Let's see. December 3rd. Oh, there it is. Yep. I knew we had something that said it. Wanted to do business with me. I had never seen that young kid before. I believe the witness's last statement was important. Mr. Godot, if you could please. Mr. Tigre, court asks you to add that last statement to your testimony. Don't let an animal beat you. Be a man, Your Honor, and ask him yourself. Okay, I guess it was this one. Would have sworn it was said. Yeah, okay, so this is the new one, yeah. Shaker, you claim you didn't know Mr. Glenn Elk, but it appears that Mr. Elk knew you. What? Mr. Elk left this little note on his calendar. Meet with the tiger, and the date, December 3rd. December 3rd? That's the day of the murder! So, Mr. Tigre, I submit that you did indeed know one Mr. Glenn Elk. It was on the very day of the incident you met with him. Not bad. He's actually not bad. Sorry? I was just messing with you. See how good you were. Did you hear that, Nick? He said you're not bad. That's one compliment I can do without. Plus, he's lying through his teeth. Witness, please remember that you're under oath. Lies will not be tolerated. Just call me a liar? Is that what you're doing? Bro. Now the judge is Scooby-Doo? So you're saying that your claim to have never seen that kid before is the truth? Said I'm dead serious. You just better believe that's the truth. Okay, he said ruh-roh. Huh. I'd say that gives me time to enjoy another cup of pure black magic. 9. That is, while you testify for the court again, Mr. Tigre. Okay. Oh yes, would you mind indulging the court, witness? Never actually met the victim. That's gotta be a lie right there. It's time I nailed this guy. I ain't no liar, I never met Glenn Elk. There was some lame guy with that name, though. Wanted to borrow cash from me. I set up a meeting with the guy at my office, tender lender. I waited around for him, but he ain't ever showed. I ain't never even been to that Tribulations joint you see here. I pulled matches from that place off of you, didn't I? See, that all seems perfectly logical. You had arranged to meet with the victim, but he didn't show up. Heard it's pretty hard to keep appointments when you're dead. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Didn't I tell you I got a big deal going down today? I ain't gonna make my bus now. I'm gonna have to take the express train. That bill's going straight to you, right? Yeah, those matches. Was there another piece of evidence, right? Oh, the bottle. The bottle, yes. Mr. Tigray, is there something you'd like to tell the court about these matches? Matches? What are you talking about? Found them in your office at Tenderlender. They're from that restaurant. Well, if you've never been to Tribulations before. What was a book of the restaurant's matches doing on your desk? Just been snooping around my stuff now, too, wise guy? What are you, my ball and chain? Ain't no broad controlling me. Just call Fauxnix a... I think it's time you started telling us the truth, don't you? Sorry, I'm terribly sorry, forgive me. I ain't no pussycat, I don't go back on what I said. But okay, I was at the joint that day. What? But listen good, alright? I might have been there, but I still never met that kid. Well, well. Looks like an order just came in for another testimony. This close to proving it was him. He did meet Glen Oak that day. And he did put poison in his coffee. He must have. Supposed to meet with the kid at the restaurant that afternoon. When I opened the door of the joint, I saw one ugly scene. The guy was laid out over the table stiff as concrete. I figured if the place wasn't hot already, it was gonna be, so I split. I heard the cop's siren on my way out, and I went straight back to my office. There's no way to see him from the entrance. See, you didn't actually meet with him in the end, then. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Hold it. If I wait around here any longer, I ain't even gonna make the normal express. No more stupid questions. Huh. No problem. 10. Anytime Trite presses you on something relevant, I'll see he pays a penalty. Mr. Godot, that's my job. Your job is to slam a little hammer of yours and call a guilty verdict. So do it. Yes, sir. Special Express ain't cheap, right? Just so you know, since you's paying. Oh man, doesn't the rule of law mean anything around here? Très bien. Alright, give me a second. Supposed to be with Kit. George finished on the scene. I guess he could have come all the way in and then, but like, I'm gonna presume that he's being literal on the open the door and then immediately skedaddled. So, cool. Something alone collecting pro, aren't you, Mr. Tigray? No one escapes the tiger's clutches. Well, I'm something of a lie detecting pro. And no one escapes the Fauxnix's clutches. I think it's time we got something straight. Fauxnix, tiger, Phoenix. Are, like, tigers opposites to phoenixes in, like, mythology? Yeah, well, fair, yeah. What's this, Trite? A new line of relevant questioning? Is in Chinese mythology? Okay, I thought so. Thought so. These are the floor plans of the crime scene. Say you were standing at the entrance, Mr. Tigray. From there, your field of vision would have been covered an area something like this. Indeed, the witness would have had a clear view of the victim's seat. No! Tiger turtle, Fauxnix strike. Alright. Isn't that what I just said? I saw the back of the kid's head. Unfortunately for you, that is not possible. The court would think back, you'll remember that between each of the tables is a tall partition. Technically, that's not a partition, that's a wall. That's a dividing wall. Between the tables are partitions, that's just a wall. Well, why, that's true. Now look at the plans again. The truth is painfully obvious. From the entrance, the field of vision of any customer walking in ends here. So, from the entrance of Tribune, you couldn't have seen the victim scene. But you did see the victim that day, because you met with him.
Objection!
Wrong. Have you forgotten the old man's testimony yesterday? The victim was alone at his table. That was phony. Defense just proved that point to be moved. The victim witnessed by Mr. Kudo was not Glenn Elk, but a fake. What? In order to have Mr. Kudo falsely testify, the real killer posed as the victim he had just killed and acted out a charade. That will do. This trial's gone on long enough without the obvious question being answered. Who exactly was this real killer who impersonated the victim? You say the killer murdered Glenn Elm, and then impersonated his victim in a performance for Victor Kudo? In that case, Mr. Wright, reveal the identity of this criminal to the court. I mean, it's, you know, it's Furio Tiger, right? I mean, who else would it be? Obviously, the killer is Furio Tigre. No one else could have done it. What? Well, witness? Now that's cute. You just think you can pin this on the tiger? I dare say it again. Come on, you got the guts. Oh, okay, I guess it was just that one. I guess maybe I must accidentally misclicked it. You can't threaten me, Mr. Tigre. It's the defense. Go ahead and tell the witness, Mr. Wright. Oh, Fauxnix. Mr. Wright. Sounds to me like it must be you, old man. Who's got guts? I'll give you that. Mr. Wright, do not leave me to handle this alone. Huh. Perhaps I can end this embarrassment. Mr. Godot. 11. Let's just go back over Mr. Kudo's testimony one more time. That old man didn't see just the victim? Oh, no, no, no. The serving girl brought him a Javachino. Oh, yeah. Was the victim he saw the real victim or not? That doesn't matter. The fact remains he saw the accused put the poison into the coffee. Yes, it was the waitress who... No, no, no. Oh, okay. Very important, Mr. Godot. Waiting for my absence to launch your attack. Huh. Found your pen at last, Trite. It's in my pocket. Ahem, but anyway. Mr. Kudo witnessed 2 people that day. He saw the victim, the supposed Mr. Glenn Elk, and the waitress from behind. Yes, your point, Mr. Wright. I think the conclusion is obvious. This Glenn Elk was really the killer in disguise? Then surely it's possible the waitress was also part of the show. What, you mean the waitress was an imposter as well? Fauxnix, Miss Bird, fell unconscious immediately after the incident. And someone used her fainting to hatch an elaborate plan to pin the murder on her. Who on earth was it? Waitress would be... Hello. Who is this woman? Her name is Viola Cadaverini. She's an employee of Tender Lender. He's making a big mistake. Do you know who Violetta's grandfather is? Better be going home in an armored truck tonight if you know what I mean. Stop shaking, Nick. Where was I? Yes, the defendant, Miss Bird, has stated the following. Well, when I took the coffee out of the victim's table, it's true that there was another customer in the restaurant. She was sort of creepy. And she had a kind of cackling laugh. There are just too many contradictions in this case. The second man at the victim's table, who nobody but Miss Bird seems to have seen. The earpiece worn by the victim in his ear when that eardrum was ruptured. And the radio show he was supposedly listening to half an hour after it was over. There's only one logical explanation that clears up all of these contradictions. The whole incident took place twice, once for real and once for show. And Mr. Frio Tigre, the only person who could have committed the crime, is you. Yeah. Witness, what have you got to say? That's cute. Sorry? You saw right. I could do with a guy like you around. What do you mean? Okay, I'm in on this game. I'm gonna have to charter a jet to get me to my meeting now, but... A jet? I'm gonna have you one more thing to talk about before I go. Something to think about. It's got all wrapped up nice, huh? Right? But you missed out one real important thing. But that can't be. I was in the joint that day, and I met that kid too. But I couldn't have poisoned him, you see. He's here. What? Do you really expect us to believe you now, Mr. Tigre? Huh. What a troublemaker. Troublemaker? 12. Looks like we're going to need another one for the road. One more steaming cup of hot testimony. One more testimony. Alright, indeed, witness, you will explain yourself to the court. I will give you one more chance to testify. What happened that day at the Tribulations between yourself and the victim? Ties to the victim. Yeah, I loaned El cash, about $100,000. That day, we was due to have a little chat. Kid had hit his payback date, right? Hit his payback date, see? So anyway, tells me he's got no way to pay up. I'm about to flatten the guy when he starts screaming. Yeah, I won $500,000. He got lucky, you know? Real lucky. If that witness hadn't done what she done, everything would have been over. Now I see that the principal amount you loaned to Mr. Elg was $50,000. Yeah, well, just got the VIG to take it into account. Interest builds up fast, you know. It's faster than fast. $100,000 is twice his principal. And the repayment deadline was December 3rd, the day of the incident in question. Yeah, he was one lucky kid. Got that $500,000 just in time. So I ain't have no reason to kill the kid. And if I ain't got no motive, you ain't got no case. His motive, He has to have one, but what is it? What about the waitress? I mean, the waitress, you mean... Girl with glasses in the defendant's chair. Who else could I mean? If she hadn't been in the way, things would have been bada bing, bada boom, over and done with. Maybe I should ask how things would have been. Ask about what Maggie did. You was all there? What? I'm talking about the cash. I was there to get my $100,000 back. That's all. I'm a businessman. It was all coming together before that waitress got in the way. As far as I can tell from the witness' testimony, other than recouping his loan, Mr. Tigre had no motive for killing the victim. Witness, you'll amend your testimony to reflect what you just said. Tigre's motive, huh? I mean, you do kind of owe $500,000. Or $1 million, actually. So you just intend to get back the $100,000 Mr. L owed you, correct? I loaned the guy the cash, so that's my right. Fortunately for Mr. Elk, $100,000 wasn't enough to cover it, was it? Huh? About 6 months ago, you were involved in a traffic accident, weren't you? An accident involving a car and a scooter in which a young girl was injured. She was taken to the hospital where she underwent surgery. Well, where did you get all that info? Hey, these medical paper documents, the treatment of the young woman in question. According to these, her operation cost $1 million. Payment for these expenses was due in December of last year and was paid in full. $1 million? A preposterous sum. Someone should sue those HMOs. Judge, we would, but when we do, whose side do you side with? Huh? Huh? Huh. No one would pay a bill like that. If the medical association got wind of it, the hospital would end up as dead as a morgue. But Mr. Tigre had no choice but to pay, because his very life depended on it. You say his life depended on it, Mr. Wright. Indeed it did, simply because the injured woman was none other than Viola Cadaverini. Did you say Cadaverini? Bruto Cadaverini, mob boss in charge of all underworld activities in the city. And doting grandfather to his precious Violetta, also known as Viola Cadaverini. Your life was in danger unless you paid compensation to the boss, correct? Makes sense. You were desperate to acquire the $1 million Cadaverini demanded of you. So desperate, in fact, that you decided to sacrifice Glenn Elk's life to pay your debt. What do you say to that, witness?
Objection!
It's a nice little fairy tale, Trite. But even if the witness did need $1 million, that doesn't tie him to Mr. Elk's murder. Mr. Elk only owed him $100,000 and had no hope of repaying it anyway. Yeah, that guy wasn't worth my spit. I don't think so. In fact, the opposite is true. The opposite. Lending money with no hope of ever seeing repayment would normally be bad for business. But, in this case, the very fact that Glenn Elk had no way to repay the money is crucial. What? Do you know where you're going with this, Nick? You gotta think outside the box, Maya. Outside the box? It's very straightforward. I'm sure Tigre wasn't after the $100,000 at all. Seems you have a logical conclusion for this theory, Mr. Wright. Would you care to share it with us? What exactly was Mr. Tigre after? He was after the MC Bomber. Glenn Elk was a programmer, a highly skilled programmer. That skill was the collateral Mr. Elk put up in order to borrow the money. Care to explain how skill can be used as collateral to secure a loan, Trite? He had the skill to create a computer virus, and so he did, a virus known as MC Bomber. Computer virus? What does one of those do? Computer virus is a program that wreaks havoc on the insides of a computer. Computer, what does one of those do? Judge, you cannot! How? Guess the beard isn't the only part of his honor that is from the Stone Age. I'll explain to you later, Your Honor. Right now, this is the important point. Yeah. A virus like MC Bomber would be worth several $1 million on the black market. Mr. Tigre, you couldn't have cared less about the $100,000, isn't that right? All you cared about was one thing, the virus. On the day of the murder, Mr. Tigre's sole intention was to get his hands on the CD. Glenn Elk had no way of paying back the $100,000, and Mr. Tigre knew it. But then a miracle happened. The kind that Mr. Tigre would prefer to say never happened, but he can't, and neither can I. The lottery win. Exactly, at the 11th hour, Mr. Elk won $500,000 on the lottery, which left Mr. Tigre with no way of getting his hands on the all-important CD. At least, no legitimate way. So he resorts to illegitimate means. That's crazy. He murdered Glenn Elk and then made his next move, to frame Maggie Bird for the crime. Mr. Tigre posed as Glenn Elk, while Viola Cadaverini played the role of Miss Bird. And then they reenacted the whole thing in order to establish a witness. The witness being the one who we all heard testify yesterday, Mr. Victor Kuda.
Objection!
Like I said, Trite, that's crazy. No one could pull off a stunt like that. For starters, there's no way the chef could have been kept in the dark about it. Wasn't? Mr. Armstrong was in on it from the very beginning. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Godot? Mr. Armstrong owed the witness money too. $500,000, in fact. He had no choice but to go along with Mr. T. Gray's plan. Silence or I will clear. You just put on a good show, Spiky. If you just want to stay alive in the loan shark business, you gotta be careful. You saying I dressed up like that kid, created a witness and framed it someone? If I did something crazy like that, I'd leave a trail as bright as my shirt. I ain't dumb enough to do something sloppy like that. I agree. You do? Despite your appearance, you are very careful. That's why you took one more precaution. One more trick to make sure Miss Bird had no way out. What? Another one, Mr. Wright? Interesting. Why don't you fill us all in, Trite? It's because you were the fake lawyer. What on earth is that? What an insult to think anyone could be fooled by such a childish imitation. Y'all were. Consider yourself insulted, Your Honor. Mr. Tigre, you didn't just pose as the victim on the day in question. A month ago in this very court you posed as me. What? That's the truth. But witness looks nothing like you, Mr. Wright. Although... Now that I think about it, it was you, wasn't it? No doubt it was you standing in here this very court a mere month ago. The Fauxnix right put up the most disreputable, shabby defense I had ever seen.
Objection.
Can you prove that, Gramps? Prove the attorney who represented the accused here a month ago was this man? Are you prepared to take a stand and testify that was him? Can we... Is that allowed? Do we... Technically, doesn't that mean this is a mistrial? If the judge is now a witness? Hey, forget about it, yeah? I wouldn't do something like that, not me. You made a mistake, right? It was someone else, huh? Have you no pride, sir?
Objection.
13, cup number 13. This wasn't a matter of pride. In case you didn't know, Trite, here in court we deal with people's lives. Ugh. Mr. Goodo was right. Your Honor, speaking for myself, I'm absolutely convinced. The attorney in question was the witness standing before me now. However, I preside over this court as the judge, with that vested power to hand down a verdict. Someone in my position cannot be swayed by memory without evidence to support it. Oh, come on! Okay. If the defense has no further evidence, the court will now excuse the witness. The circumstances surrounding Mr. Tigre are dubious for sure, but not conclusive. Come so far. You say he impersonated Glenn Elk. You say he impersonated you. But none of that adds up to a murder charge. You don't have a shred of evidence that the witness poisoned the victim's coffee. Yeah, I don't have that poison. Huh. Sucks be you, right? But don't mess with the tiger or you're gonna get mauled. You just got that? All I managed to do here was chase him around a bit. But I was so close to getting him to admit his own guilt. Huh. Looks like I won't be needing a refill. If I just had one more piece of evidence. One more piece of evidence, and maybe I could get Maggie off the hook. Witness's cross-examination is over. You are free to go, Mr. Tigre. Fine. Oh, good. Your Honor, sir. Wait. The detective. Detective Gumshoe. Sorry it took so long, pal. I I staked everything on this, my badge, the works. So here it is. My heart's counting on this too. What is it, Detective? Isn't it obvious, pal? It's the final decisive piece of evidence. Cool. What? Oh, are we taking another recess? Sorry it took so long, pal, but I finally got the results from the lab. The results? About the prints, pal, from this medicine bottle. Oh, so do you know who the prints belong to now? Do you think I'm some kind of hack detective? Of course I know. So tell us. They're the tigers, right? I knew it. You bet. Clear as crystal all over the bottle. They're Fuhrer Tigre's paw prints, alright? That's great, we've got him. Now, Nick. What's wrong with you? You've hardly said a word since Detective Gumshoe got here. He's laid everything on the line for this, Nick. I know. Look, I'm sorry. This is kind of hard to say, but I really don't make any difference whose prints are on that bottle now, huh? What? Why not? What we need to produce at this stage in the trial is irrefutable evidence that the tiger put poison in Glenn Elk's coffee. It's already admitted that he met the victim. The fact that his prints are on this bottle, that really doesn't make any difference now. I knew it. Great. No matter how hard I try, I'm never of any use. Yeah, you're not. You should quit being a police officer and take the entire department down with you. You know? Hey, don't be so hard on yourself. This was our last chance to help Maggie. And I've been working on some useless piece of evidence the whole time. It's alright. I'm a real loser. It's not breaking news to me, pal. Detective Gumshoe? Maggie? Been working on something for me? Sorry I let you down, Maggie. I know you didn't do it. And I'm a detective. We're supposed to be able to prove stuff like that. I'm really sorry. I'll get you. Oof. Okay, Detective Gumshoe, wait. He's gone. Isn't there anything we can do now, Nick? I wish there was. Gumshoe worked so hard to get that evidence. If only there was some way I could use it. Small bottle put into pocket. Alright, cool. January 8th, 3:04 p.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I granted you a recess so you could prepare this decisive evidence you've discovered. Yes. 14, cup number 14. Don't keep us all in suspense, Trite. Show us. Naturally. We can assume it's evidence that will actually stand up in court, can't we? Well, don't look how hard work go to waste. How much more of my time are you just gonna waste? I ain't been in no court before, but you lawyers sure know how to blow things out of proportion. No doubt, given the nature of the evidence, it will speak for itself. Nevertheless, you will talk us through it, Mr. Wright. Well, no, I can't prove anything new with this evidence. I'm really backed into a corner here. But maybe if he thinks he's got me beat, he'll let his guard down a bit. Don't keep us waiting any longer, Mr. Wright. No, I wanted to save. Okay, well, the final piece of evidence is this, but, I don't know where I'm going with this yet. Your Honor. Okay. Don't know where I'm going yet. Naturally, the court is already aware of the contents of this bottle. However, interesting new information has come to light. We have clearly identified some fingerprints on it. Fingerprints belonging to you, Mr. Tigre. What? But, Mr. Wright, what conclusion are you hoping to draw from this new information? Turning your nose with this bottle. Okay, except one man. One person in this courtroom should theoretically be in the dark. My prints are on that pants-looking bottle? Is that what you're saying? Well, what the hell's in it anyway? Phony trial, a phony lawyer, and phony clues. Is this? Alright, Penny. Good night. Sleep well. Everything about this case has been phony. Seems like the perfect excuse for some phony evidence. Is that illegal? Can you... If Fauxnix declares that... contains... So if I just say it contains potassium cyanide, like, that's perfectly cool with the judge, apparently, right? Like, that's fine. Yeah, but, like, they're supposedly getting, you know, punished or with, like, perjury or something later. We don't... That's not relevant for us. We don't care. We don't see it. But, like, am I allowed to just fake evidence? Like, didn't we have an entire case where the central thing about it was that we had, like, 2 whole cases where faking evidence was, like, a whole big bad thing. Does this count as faking evidence? I mean, we're lying, but, like... Bottle contains potassium cyanide. Potassium cyanide? The poison used to murder Mr. Elk, Your Honor. The victim's killer used this very bottle. And on this bottle, Mr. Tigray, we found your fingerprints. Well, how do you explain that? You make a clown, you know that? What? You ain't never gonna get this stick. You just make me laugh now. You think a cheap bluff like that's gonna fool the tiger? Bluff? I can see straight through you, Fauxnix, right? That ain't the bottle with the cyanide in it. No. No, this is the bottle we found traces of the poison in it. Don't mess with the tiger, or you're gonna get ripped to shreds. Cyanide bottle was brown and it was made of glass. Why would you supply that information so easily? A cheap piece of trash don't look nothing like it. Idiot. Got him at last. Yeah, when their egos are threatened, sure, but, like, that wasn't even an ego threaten. That was just like a, we found the poison in this bottle, and he's like, that's not the bottle I put the poison in. The poison I put the bottle with the poison is it describes the bottle. Like that's not even about ego, you know? Not unless he was like, nah. It was in the specially formulated bottle that I designed myself. It looks like a tiger. That I guess would be defending his ego or something, but, like, just brown and made of... Fuck you, idiot. Why is everyone going quiet? I said that bottle. Is this the bottle you're referring to? Yeah, that's it. That's the bottle the cyanide was in. But you ain't gonna find my prints on that bottle. Don't let that cozy-looking suit fool you people. That lawyer's just playing games. Tell him, Mr. Prosecutor. Tell that guy where to go. Still haven't figured it out. Don't you realize what you just said? What I said? What did I just say? You were summoned to this court for the first time earlier today. If you really had nothing to do with the murder, you shouldn't have known all the little details. For instance, you shouldn't have known what kind of bottle the potassium cyanide was in. But just know, you slipped up in front of every single person in this courtroom. You described the exact bottle used by the killer to hold the poison. You just don't know who you're messing with. I'm the tiger. I control millions of dollars on the black market. You think I'm gonna let some jumped-up suit get the better of me? Sure, the last piece of evidence was phony. That's just what you deserve. The phony trial with a phony lawyer. It was all played out by you, the biggest phony of all. Okay, sure. Did he roar so loud he broke the lights? Or, like, he either broke the lights or, like, the power's out. What's going on? It looks like a blackout. Oh my god,
They do glow. Well done, Trite. Saved my 17th cup of coffee just for you. Savor it. You threw a cup of coffee at him? While you watch the police restrain your prey. So wait. Did the lights go out because my eyes were covered by coffee, or did the lights actually go out? Yeah. Straight, you caught a tiger by his toe, but if this one hollers, he won't be let go. I feel like the judge has been waiting like his entire life to say that line. Now then, how are things going with Mr. Tigre, Mr. Godot? He is being arrested on suspicion of the murder of Glen Elk, Your Honor. Fortunately for us, we managed to rectify a very grave error. Miss Bird was found guilty in the absence of a genuine defense attorney. Yes, she was. And in the absence of genuine evidence. But the tiger made one mistake. Indeed. He very nearly got away with everything if it wasn't for that one slip of the tongue. Friar Tigre is a truly frightening criminal. Huh. The truly frightening one is that defense attorney over there. Godot. Well, I'm now in a position to deliver my verdict. This court finds defendant Maggie Bird. Love seeing it. Alright. That is all. This court is adjourned. Alright. January 8th, 4:10 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Mr. Wright, I'm at a loss for words. Thank you, sir. Congratulations, Maggie. I was so mad when Mr. Wright landed me in all that trouble a month ago, but now I feel like I can forgive him. Hey, that wasn't me, Maggie. That was the tiger. Look, Nick, in the doorway. Detective Gumshoe. Oh, guess I'll be heading off then. See you around, pal. Wait. Detective Gumshoe. Oh yeah, congratulations, Maggie. Thanks. I knew you were innocent all along. Why didn't you say that in your testimony then? Huh? Oh, well, I was... Well, guess I'll... Oof. Wait up, detective. He just ran off. Maggie, why are you being so hard on him? He busted his butt for you. He never learned how to spell your name. It's thanks to him that we got the medication. I know I say that a lot, but, like, I cannot let that slide. Saying that wasn't even of any use. But it's only because Mr. Wright used it so cleverly. Judge Gumshoe was just running around in circles. Poor guy. Looks like she still isn't ready to forgive him. Can't you put in a good word for him, Nick? I don't know, can I? Yeah, Maya's right. I should help Gumshoe out. It's clear he needs it. Maggie. You know, Detective Gumshoe's been really worried about you through all of this. I wanted to believe that, sir. But on the first day of the trial, he practically gave the judge a free pass to lock me up. He didn't have any choice, Maggie. He's a detective. He has to report the facts. He doubted me, that's why. He thought I might have done it. I'm gonna prove it. I'm sure he cares about her. Yeah, I know. I'll give her a little present to celebrate her freedom. Give her the bottle of potassium cyanide! Fair. I guess give her the lunchbox. I know that she doesn't like that, though, but, like... I guess that's what it's, you know, yeah.
Take that!
Here you are, a present to celebrate your freedom. That's a present from Detective Gumshoe made with a ton of love. He said you lost weight and he was worried about you. Detective Gumshoe?
I actually really like weenies. You know. Did you guys hear that? I'm pretty hungry myself, you know. Yeah, the trial dragged on a bit today, didn't it? Is it okay if I eat this now? Yeah, go ahead, girl. So, how is it, Maggie? It's really good. Alright. So the case of phony versus genuine comes to an end. False allegations surrounding Maggie have all, and who knows, maybe a whole new chapter of her life is about to start. Alright, well, if it's starting for you, Maggie, you gotta, like, get Gumshoe to, like, quit his job, because, like, ACAP. Cool. Turnabout beginnings. Brand new episode has been added. Yes, of course. The girl. Let her go. Okay, so what's going on here? And why we got old-timey footage as evidence? Shut up. Come closer and I kill her. Is that, Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Is that, what's her name? Bang. Sky. What was Lana Sky? Is that Lana Sky? It was so long ago, I have to describe it in sepia tone. Yeah. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. Okay. Fugitive data. Cool. Name, Terry Falls. Charge, kidnapping, murder. Sentence, death penalty. Motives. After escaping, Falls met with and then murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, recaptured on Evil Mountain about 8 hours after his escape. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before me and I ever met. 6 years earlier, Mia Fey, first trial. Okay, so are you doing another Mia Fey flashback trial? February 16th, 9:24 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 4. I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm going to die. I never should have accepted this case. Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia. I didn't do nothing, I swear. I didn't kill nobody. Terry Falls, my first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk and try to relax him. So why did you escape anyway? Don't gnaw on that, dude. That's not good for your teeth. I'm sorry. Okay, let me check. Oh, I don't even have any freaking okay. Stabbed, knife in the back, died from blood loss between 4 and 5 p.m. Do I have... Client sentenced to death 5 years ago, escaped from custody 2 days ago. Police officer and victim, the key witness in the case against Falls 5 years ago. Hawthorne. Valerie Hawthorne. Give me a second. Wait a second. We're on case. Yeah. Hawthorne. A sister. I wonder how this will be relevant. Oh, okay. Okay, so Dahlia's what? Is Dahlia the one who's actually it? Oh my god. Dahlia is in the cafeteria right as we speak, isn't she? She is poisoning a defense attorney in a few minutes, ain't she? Fucking, cause it. I think that lines up on the timeline, doesn't it? And she's got something to do with this case also. Damn, she works hard. Eek, I'm sorry. Ugh. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere. But Mr. Falls, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Sorry, I told a little lie. Oh boy. But anyway, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody. Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? Stop chewing that. You're making my teeth hurt. I'm really sorry. They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I tell you. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear, I didn't kill her. I could never do that. 2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. Then about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. Did Dahlia kill her own sister? Police believe that... wait. 23... Yeah, sister. Police believe that Terry Falls did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman? Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped. So that much is true. He did meet with the victim. But I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive. It's true. I can trust him, right? I mean, I should? Huh. That's just Godot, right? Like without the visor, but like that's Godot, right? I recognize that everything. Change color of your you know, from change the color of your shirt though in the future. But you know, not gonna figure out the truth by just staring at that guy. Why are you here? Came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big scary lion's den. Young Phil, yeah. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with. Godot when he finally gives up his coffee addiction. No, I'm sure he's very deep in the coffee as we speak. Where's Mr. Grossberg? Huh, that old man is probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling his sleep. Aren't I good enough after all? It's me, Diego Armando. Okay, so Godot's real name is Diego. Well, you know what? No. I'm until proven otherwise. I'm gonna trust that Diego purposefully changed his name to Godot. You know, yeah. It's not just an alias, right? I didn't say. So, Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me? No. You've got it all wrong. Today you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine an escaped death row convict for a first client. Yeah, thanks. Sure wish I could get out of it, though. Huh. Relax. I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. Really? However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned the reputation as a genius since beginning his law career. Good genius? Well, it's about time I head in, kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's go time. Solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. 073D. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple, childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. Are you supposed to be describing your client's voice as simple and childlike? I don't know if that's... I don't think that's a strong defense like that you think it is. Whoa! It's the other guy. Court is now in session for the trial of Terry Falls. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Ah, Edgeworth! There's our boy. Alright. Prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. I understand... He's Canadian. I cannot do that right now. I understand lawyers for both sides are newcomers. Faye? Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Faye. Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. So you're the new prosecutor everyone's talking about, eh? Say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age. At 20, Your Honor. Guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself much reputation yet, huh? Also, he has coffee there. So, you know... Come on, Mia, you can't lose. Not to someone younger than you. Young people running a trial, I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Now then. People like you is why young people can't get a footing in this country. Retire already, old man! Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon, is that correct? Precisely. But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death. You got it, kitten? Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement. Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Falls... Terry Falls... He took the fall? Terry Falls? I don't know. Was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. Truly a horrible crime, I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Correct, but in the end what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony. A witness's testimony? Is that... Okay, that's Valerie then, okay. Testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim into the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. So Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away. That policewoman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be... Exactly. The victim, the same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Aha, I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on our testimony escaped 2 days ago. With only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. Ah, the truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh. Yes, yes. It's quite obvious the defendant is guilty. Hey! Innocent until proven guilty, Your Honor. Well, wait a minute. That's not right. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor. Watch yourself, Miss Faye. I'm not sure I care for your word choice or your tone of voice. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders. Edgeworth. Damn it! How old is Mia right now? Oh, wait a second. Armando. Hotshot lawyer, my senior and rival at the office, a bit smug. Yeah, fair. So he's 33 right now in the current timeline with Fauxnix, right? Yeah, all right. Young people these days simply don't. Why, you're even younger than me, you hypocrite. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness. Call the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case. Why are you wearing a different coat? Gumshoe, Dick Gumshoe, the homicide detective in charge of the case, sir. Okay, sure. Sure. Finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago. I don't believe anyone asked you about that. Hey, ma'am, you got any idea how much work it takes? I'm not a lot for your detective. What is it? You're really gorgeous. Excuse me? No, seriously. My heart, it's aching for you. Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache. Gumshoe, focus. Yeah. Okay, I got it. Now, detective, tell us about the incident. Yes, sir, right away. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran on the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. That much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself. Yes, sir, I gotcha. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here. An aerial map? Okay. This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge and Old... Why are we... Hey, alright, Mari. I will drink. Alright. Why are we actually prosecuting his original, like, why he was thrown in prison? Shouldn't we be just arguing about him killing the victim? Oh, whatever. Sketch of Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge, and the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back... Oh, they met on the bridge? Okay, well. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir. So her dead body was in his car? Well, that's not good for him. I see. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge? The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge. Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor, if you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me as though I were some hoser. Detective, proceed with your testimony. Yes, sir. Here you go, Mia. Hang on. Okay, now. Listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me and get ready. Anything you say. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. Yeah, no, that's absolutely young Godot. Like, yeah. Criminal stuffed her body. He is the same. The only difference is his clothes are a different color, but Gumshoe's clothes are a different color also. Precedent, you know? He doesn't have the visor, but literally everything else is the same. Oh, his hair's not white yet. Yeah, Godot's hair is white. Why did his hair go white in 6 years? Oof. Criminals stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. Probably all the coffee. Oh, you're right. Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination coming right up. Hey, settle down there, kitten. Keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee. I'm not trembling, it's just cold in here. I mean, look at this man. He's Godot. He's gotta be Godot. Courtroom can be a cold battlefield, alright. Especially for a beginner. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean the defendant, the witness. Everyone's a beginner in here. Huh. You got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you've got, kitten. It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember those court proceeding videos you stayed up all night watching? I'm sorry, did you cram by watching YouTube videos? Summary of the incident. Okay. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Do I just, like, press on every... I only have, like, the 2 pieces of evidence. I guess I'm just gonna be pressing. It's an unknown person. You have no idea who it might be, right? Sorry, but I'm afraid I do. What? The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls. What? The defendant? The defendant called her? Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls. A note? Yeah. Yeah, honestly, young Godot is much more compelling than this case. Well, that and the fact that the victim is Dahlia's sister? Probably? Sister? Yeah, top secret memo that she left in her desk. Victim's note added to the court record. According to this note, it seems the only one who called her at the bridge was indeed... I'm reading myself. Well, with her at that bridge where right scarf. Talk to Dahlia. Reference. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Tell her this time the whole truth. What's the big secret? Dahlia's at the center of this. I just know it. According to this note, it seems the one who called her at the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls. Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me? Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. It's that detective's fault. He's the one that said unknown person. Hey now, don't make that face at me. I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to. Hey! Is that a trap? That cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. It's a trap. Whatever, let's just press on everything. A bridge up in the mountains, but why meet there? Because it is a very important place to the defendant. That's why. What do you mean by that? If you remember, 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. He was chased onto a bridge, and it was there that he killed his hostage. And the place where all of this occurred is, of course, Dusky Bridge. The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Falls. Huh. Returning to the scene of the crime. How nostalgic. Was the body of the victim discovered right away? Yeah, we were really on the ball. We found the criminal within an hour of the murder. It was great. We even got to say, "Don't move, we've got you surrounded." Wait a second, isn't there something weird about that? The location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains. So how did they find out about the crime so quickly? Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right? Huh. If that's what had happened, then she wouldn't have been killed. She never mentioned the phone call from Mr. Falls, but she left a note on her desk about it. If only I'd noticed it earlier, maybe she'd still be alive. I wonder why she didn't mention the phone call to anyone. Alright, so we're, let's see, an hour, let's see. Died for loss between 4 and 5 p.m. and met at 4:30. So if she died of blood loss, how long does it take to die of blood loss? Like, let's presume it's not just a massive fatal thing that's gonna kill you on its own. Like, obviously if you get stabbed through the heart, you die. But that's not through blood loss, that's from, you know, the heart. How long does it take just purely from blood loss, you know? Well, okay, so interesting. Yeah, how did he go from defense to prosecutor is absolutely interesting, but it does track a little bit because he is a experienced lawyer, but this is his first time prosecuting. Like, the beginning of the game was his first case prosecuting, and that was true. But he was an experienced lawyer. So this is how you explain those discrepancies. He's an experienced lawyer who's never prosecuted before, because he used to be a defense attorney. Loopholed. Mr. Falls had a car then. Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? What, you mean the defendant drove his own car? No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves. As opposed to murder? This guy's sure about how he feels about anything? This is a photo of the stolen car's trunk. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, no. Unfortunately, that's that tampered with lock? Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there. Whoa, that doesn't look too comfortable. That's what you got a problem with, Judge? Alright. The victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct? Yeah. Huh. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. We're talking about a woman here. Can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back, nice and firm. The condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? Sure. What does the defendant have to say about this photo? Fair, but like, I guess the back could have still been close enough to the heart. Say about this photo. What he always says, ma'am. I didn't do it. I didn't do nothing. That's all he says. None. I wouldn't say he did nothing. At the very least, he knew he stole a car. It's just what he always says, Your Honor. And then he always says, sorry. I told a little lie. Or something like that. Well, in any case, it seems he was caught and arrested. Precisely. Mr. Falls certainly is some impressive police work. Well, no, actually, it was way too close for comfort. We set up that checkpoint just after 5 p.m. We figured that Mr. Falls might just try to run. What do you mean it was too close for comfort? Two of them arranged to meet at 4:30 p.m. And it takes approximately 30 minutes to go from the bridge to the checkpoint. Huh. That was kind of close. Any later, Mr. Falls could have slipped right by. Listen up, kitten. There's a big trap waiting for you in that testimony. It's a trap. Walk into it carelessly, and it'll leave more than just a flesh wound, huh? Fun, huh? No, it's not. Well, if you want to have any chance at all, you'd better get some more information. If you're gonna get caught in a trap, it's best to get caught early. You can always look for contradictions afterwards. The ever-famous contradiction. I sure hope I can find some of those. Alright. I only have so many pieces of evidence. Died between 4 and 5 p.m. Yeah, that does sound right. Thank you, Morg, for your expert advice on murder.
I don't want to know how you know this.
Oh, wait a second. Is the muffler in the muffler? Huh? I'm sorry for anyone who doesn't remember. Back in game 1, the scarf is important. Rapid bolos, yeah. Get away. Okay, so do I present? Okay, so we got the picture in front of us, so we present the note.
Objection!
Witness. What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye? I'm sorry, I totally forgot what I was going to say. It's the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that. Girl. Should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Say there, little kitten. Want a piece of my coffee candy? Do you have coffee candy? Are you drinking coffee and eating coffee candy at the same time? This man's heart's gonna explode. Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. No, you cannot be, no. Come on, Mia, shake it off. You're a lawyer. Detective. Yes, ma'am? This photo. You said there was nothing peculiar about it, is that correct? Yeah, that's what I said. Well, then I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim. The note? Very clearly it says, wear white scarf for identification. Caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like, thus this special request. One very simple question for you, Detective. Where is the white scarf? Can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am. And you stopped there? You should have looked for it. Caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so I expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? I see the defense is a little lacking. Again, with the body in a car and a scarf. Yep. Scarf you're searching so desperate for, is it this one perchance? Where did you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. Why didn't you tell me? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. There is a issue of chain of custody, I have to say, but, you know, alright, that's fine. That hotshot sure has a flair for the dramatic. It's not exactly white, as the caller requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. Looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprising, it was drizzling on the mountain that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth, he was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time. I came into this case with a single piece of evidence. How am I supposed to do my job when I had one piece of evidence and fucking Edgeworth is holding, like, literally all of the other evidence? That's not how... I got... Okay. Now, if the attorney for the defense has finished embarrassing itself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is all right with you, isn't it, Miss Faye? Boy, would I like to wrap this scarf around his smarmy little neck. Yeah, well. Very good. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively, and with hard evidence, that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on that bridge that day. Furthermore, we will show exactly what occurred there. That sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it. Ugh, everything's moving on his whim. Don't forget, kitten. There's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. Genius, huh? This is your card, yeah. Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. There was a witness? Photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off. Yeah, how does one accidentally take a photo? Looking at this photo. I mean, there are a couple ways you can, but unlikely. You really get the sense that this bridge is very high up. It's about 40 feet drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party. Aha, potential witness. So why isn't this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Dahlia! It was Dahlia! Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Witness photo out of the court record. So, as you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity. Fair. Yeah. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? It's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Come on, Your Honor. Not again, that's not fair. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. What do you mean, Fence on Dusky Bridge. Wait a second. This is 6 years ago. Okay, so if this is 6 years ago... Sorry, I'm only just now realizing some timeline shit. So, if this is 6 years ago, and it was 1 year between this and her next case, like, she took an entire year off of being actually in the court, in court, between her first and second case. So that means that, discounting that year there, she really only started really actively practicing law in the court 5 years before the current timeline. And she was killed 3 years ago in the current timeline. She was only practicing law for like 2 years. When did she... She was like she's a lawyer for like... She's actively a lawyer for like 2 years, and she's trained Fauxnix in like a year, I guess. This just doesn't feel right. Timeline feels way too short. Actually, there's an How do you accidentally take a photo? Yeah, how do you accidentally take a photo? Victor's wearing a scarf in that photo, right? So, but no, I want to press on the accidental part. What was this person doing all the way in the mountains? She was taking photos of wildflowers, apparently. Okay. There are many unusual types of flora on that mountain, Miss Faye. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there. Spirits? Now that you mention it, this photo. This cloudy fog-like thing. Is it a ghost? I don't believe it. It's just fog, Your Honor. that part of the witness's testimony as well? Of course it is. Pushed the victim hard in the back and she fell down right on her stomach. I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal? Really brutal. Is that a Canadian word? Brutal? That is not. Okay. Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? Yeah. Brutal, but it sounds like brutal, so it either means that it's to emphasize that he's pronouncing it weirdly, brutal, or it's to show that it's a little, or it's probably to show that he was pronouncing it like that specifically. But that's why I was checking to see if there was if it had been twisted and there was a slightly separate word that's technically the same word but slightly different connotation that's Canadian. It's mind-boggling tales, and the way he said brutal, I wonder if he's Canadian. Okay, you know what? Fine. So yes, it was just the word brutal, and it was just pronounced weird. Mixed dog breed, huh? Brutal. With something with a poodle, eh? Something brutal. Let's poodle. Brown poodle? I don't know. With mind-boggling tales and the way he said brutal, I wonder if he's Canadian. Yeah, girl, I figured that out a long time ago, okay? Huh. Save your nasty look for the right person. Huh? Take a look. Poor baby, the court record seems to have wet itself. Hey, watch where you spill your coffee. Court record, huh? I'm on the scarf. Alright. She doesn't look sopping wet, right? Is it the same outfit? Where's the hat? What about the hat? Yeah, I don't know. The coat doesn't look wet enough, maybe. I don't know.
Objection!
So at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct? Yeah, and fog too. Just a general soggy atmosphere. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere. But this is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk. Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right. Alright. Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. It's not muddy. It's not muddy. Victim's coat. As far as I can see there, it's nothing strange about it. It's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? Drizzling and foggy, Dusky Bridge was all wet. The victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge. And the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. Oof. That's exactly right. The other day I fell in a muddy street, my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled? What the fuck is a playoff beard?
Objection!
I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If Your Honor had fallen in this shower instead of on a muddy street, your glorious hockey beard, pride of the legal league, would be wet, but not muddy. Fortunately, I have yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken. Can he prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? The surface of the bridge, huh? Huh. A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this. Neither would a real woman. Of course I can. I mean, the scarf, right? Yeah, kangaroo court. The evidence is this scarf. Ah, it should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this mud, it means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud. Ugh. No, it can't be. Oh. Edgeworth! You cannot say that. Same to you, buddy. Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me. Do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction? Huh? For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we? Alright, it's not like he's really giving me a choice here. Huh. Doing pretty well for a little kitten. Mr. Armando, no matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony that states that she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? The false evidence, it's one of those three. Yeah. What you said just now, I'm not sure I like that. I guess Godot could have a twin brother. I guess that could also be it. Twin brother who has the same piercings and has his beard shaved in the same way and wears his hair the exact same and dresses the exact same but in a different color. And you know what? Nope. I'm not really disproving the twin theory on that one. Was it me, Your Honor? It was the coffee aficionado over here that said it. This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know? Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one who tried to slip false evidence into the court. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is. False evidence in this case is witness testimony. Photo can't be false because it's a photo. You know? Yeah. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen? Yeah, that's what the witness told us. That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. That's true. Huh. It's not just true, it's the truth. If there was a truly decisive witness in this case, I'm certain that boy wonder over there would have called them in the first place. Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine the white eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, appears we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all. Sigh. You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Yeah, no, that's what I said. It was like, I was like, oh yeah. A twin who decides to dress and appear and act exactly the same, but with different colored shirts. And I'm like, you know, honestly, that's like every cartoon ever, you know? Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time. What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? Now let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes. This is it, Mia. Battle begins here. Woman Dahlia? Witness, what is your name and occupation? There she is. Cue the butterflies. Everyone is so silent that I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter. Oh! When I look at you, how can I put it? You look as scrumptious as a double and a dozen donut holes. I feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite. Your Honor! She's a child! Sigh. As I said before, she's like, what, like 17? Yeah. 16? 17. Mistra? Sigh. As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You are a true gentleman. Once again, Edgeworth can resist because he is gay. Miss Fay, you could learn a lot from this man. If he's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me. Sir? Yes, my dear? This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just want to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause. I don't remember if that was the voice I did for her, but I'm whatever. Not at all, it's no trouble at all. Now then, may we please have your name and occupation? My name is, Melissa Foster. Oh, bullshit! I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department. What's the name she gave? Melissa Foster? Melissa Foster? You were on the scene when the event, an unfortunate event occurred, correct? And you were the one who took this photo, is that accurate? How can you be so mean? Now see here, what are you doing shoving that in her face like that? Huh? But it's just a photograph, it's not like it's something dangerous. Huh. Okay. Next time I'll be forced to penalize you. Uh-oh. I don't... When did it say anything about the insects having hearts? Because she said that she could hear everyone in the courtroom's hearts, not the insects. I didn't notice anything about the insects having hearts. Did? Ah, whatever. I don't like the turn this is taken. Whoa! Is she staring at me? And you would be? Huh? I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Fey. I see. So you are... Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. Okay, I see how it is. No? Nothing else? Okay. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police. By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred? Fair. I'm always halfway to full shrimping. I believe the map would be of help here. Okay, so she was like up here? Oh, standing right over here, huh? They must have been standing all the way out here. Weird, okay. standing in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs. How... Wait a second. No, because you could see the... Oh, that's the crime photo. Witness's photo. No, I guess, yeah. Okay. They were standing all the way out in the middle of that bridge then. So you took the photo from that location, eh? I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to. Oh, what a cute camera, just like its owner. Alright, let me check that. I forgot to... Alright then, Miss Faye, time for your cross-examination. But I warn you, make the witness cry again and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel. Witness's photograph. Alright. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Okay, show us some pictures of wildflowers then, huh? Yes, the mountain is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers. But it's only February. Well, I couldn't wait for spring to come. I just know how you feel. It's just like when I first started growing this glorious beard of mine. I just couldn't wait, so I wore a dye... There it is. You knew what you... You knew I knew. Just couldn't wait, so I wore a dyed blonde Santa beard until mine grew in properly. Do you mind if I get back to the facts of the case, Your Honor? No, I think the dyed blonde Santa beard is very important. It doesn't show the crucial moment, it just shows them standing there. Witness, when you say you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you mean? All I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. You testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally, that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Well, you see... The photo we presented was the only one there was. But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it. So? My apologies, young lady. But Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit. He can certainly downplay a situation, can't he? I'm sorry, I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up, the film, I mean. Ran out of film. This photo was the last one. What? My face cam a little... Give me a second. Just turn off focus. That's a little better. What? Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all the photographs she took that day. All the other photos are of the witness herself, playing among the wildflowers. Witness herself? Then who took the photos? Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it. So you took photos of yourself? I remember taking some photos of myself once too. Please, no details. Yes, no details. Seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all. Wait just a minute. Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well take more pictures, eh? Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about a different sober photo. Photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes. Edgeworth. No. Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet. No, he's not. Girl. No, he's not. Alright. Very well, then let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed. Yes, Mr. Judge. Boy, this guy is really a sucker for sweet talk. Huh. Looks like the other kitten in the room is the one that's getting all the attention. Yeah, it's sickening. two people standing up on the preliminary. Suddenly they were just fighting. Victims turned around and tried to run away, but she only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back. 10 yards? On that... It's a one-way bridge! There's no way you're going that way, and like... Present.
Objection!
Yeah, the bridge is out. Witness, your testimony is a joke. Huh? What? But I just... Miss Faye, I thought I warned you to make the witness... not to make the witness cry. One short testimony and two bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse. You say there were two contradictions? It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the two of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then, she would have hit a dead end. You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have ran even 5, because Dusky Bridge collapsed on that side. What does all this mean? It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it. This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court. Just a moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. What do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram. What did you say? What are you referring to? It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it. So you're saying that even though this bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident? You can't... No, you can't... Okay, you know what? No. No, I swear. Can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. Huh. That guy is good. Huh? What do you mean? Planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, alright. That diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy. What? That coward! Well, Miss Faye, it seems you've once again made a reckless accusation. I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful myself. No. It wasn't your fault at all. Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish once and for all what it was that the witness actually saw. Indeed. Alright, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony? But It's so hard to go on. We're all on your side, Miss Foster. There's no need to worry, just tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. Couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. Witnessing such violence must have been difficult. Yes, sir. I'm still shaking. If he accepts this testimony as it is, we're finished. Don't say that. Oh, well, maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. They make a real great mocha latte. This trial isn't over yet. Huh. That's what I like to hear. Alright, Miss Faye. Cross-examination, if you please. Alright. There's a contradiction here. I know it. Stabbed her. Yeah, then he carried her over to the car. No, he could have just dumped the body. Why? Sorry, that was supposed to be presented, not... Oh, hey, wait a second. Oh, 5 yards. Yeah, wait, no, 5 yards. Let's see. Yeah. 5 yards. Yeah, that's her standing there. She couldn't. Yeah. Cool. Try that again anyway. Yeah, I understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd, especially when you could just dump the body in the ravine, or was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found. Well, what is it? Take another look at the map of the area and you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most boys fall in a river forever. Yep. In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. If 10 murders were to occur at the same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water. I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Faye, but I must admit, it does seem odd to have thrown the body into the river. Oh. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? Sigh. How sad. Perhaps Miss Faye would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature. What are you talking about? My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Quite true. Miss Faye, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all. But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous. Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. It's certainly consistent with what the witness has told us. Please, witness, go on with your testimony. I'll try. All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again. Who is he talking about? Alright, I'll do my best. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms, then carried her over there. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. Couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry, Alright, so this is a new statement. Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it this time. Done what? Made a crucial mistake. Crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Faye? The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes? Yes, and? Simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. There's a big... yeah. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car, this outcropping of rock is directly in the way. That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could not have possibly seen the killer's car. Admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car. That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine. Right. I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location that the photo was taken from. Your own photo tells the whole story. Yeah, I can see the big, clearly see the left side of the bridge. But the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff. Ah! Yeah. Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff. But still, you claim to have been able to see the killer's car. No. Order in the court. What is the meaning of all this value? Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in the stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it. But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes. Mr. Judge, well, what is it? I think I must have remembered things wrong. I didn't say that. Say, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. So indeed, quite true. You know what they say. To err is human, to forgive divine. Inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. But that's not fair. Huh. Save the tears for later, kitten. Mr. Armando. Don't look back until the trial's over. Now's the time to go forward. But that wasn't fair. Okay, kitten, you need to relax then. You need to remember. Other kitten's testimony? Killer broke it. Yeah. So tell me, how did she know that? How did she know that that he broke into the trunk? Well, Miss Foster, so you can explain how you knew that. You're gonna have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom. Well, witness, well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk because there were marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain there were scratch marks from where he broke into it. What? Let me see that photo. Yeah, I saw it, yeah. It's true, these certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Faye, are you satisfied? Just on her side, I can't make any mistakes here. I mean... She said, is there a contradiction in there somewhere? How does she know? Mr. Foster, it looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said you were in a field taking photos of wildflowers, but even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is, when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Yeah, when? Huh? Finally. I finally got her. Huh. I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Perhaps it would be faster if Miss Faye explained herself. Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. Yeah. Let's point the finger straight at Dahlia. I know she did it. There's only one way that the witness had the chance to see those scratches. Yes, what is it? Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really hid the body in the trunk of that car was... Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it? That's ridiculous. I could never. It was the man in the prison garb. He's the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Falls had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, he could have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open. But he stole the car. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light, which means that the key would have still been in the ignition. Oh, I see. Yeah. Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. That it couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk. No. Preposterous. To even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? The corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know that at the time she was taking the photographs. Timer. Camera had a timer. It was on a tripod and had a timer. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is the sheriff... Alright. Let's take a look at this camera and see what feature it has, shall we? Has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Why, it's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this picture. You're trying to say then, Miss Faye, that when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed? Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly. She was not in the field. Will the defense please explain it further? Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? In answering that question will also make clear Miss Foster's true identity. Well, then please answer this question. She was dying. Where was Miss Foster when the... I'm thinking, yeah. Actually, the witness was right here, yeah. But that's where the victim was. Wait, this is like a standard answer in this courtroom, honestly. Like, where was the witness? Point at where victim was standing. Shock! Like, how many cases have we done that? Honestly. Miss Faye, what on earth? Your Honor, if I may. Departing with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim. How asinine. Of course Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to put the victim in the trunk is the same one that killed her, Terry Falls. Still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne. What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. Then who exactly is the victim in this photo? It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness. What? It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster. Me? Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne. But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted 5 years earlier. But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in a federal penitentiary. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore. You were just making this up as you go along. Where's your proof? Yeah? No, there it is. Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why you need some piece of identification, namely this muddy scarf. It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear this scarf to identify herself. It's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what'd you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? No. Where's Miss Foster? She's collecting herself in the lobby. It's obvious that Miss Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together. The only question is, why did she do it? Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit. Huh. Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Till then, this court is in recess. Defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies. Yes, Your Honor. Alright, that was like an hour and a half to do the first half of the trial. I was really hoping we're coming to the end. I think we're going to have to leave the last bit of the trial for later. Hopefully there's only the 2 parts. I guess we could have a 3-part trial. Oh. Understood. Very well, this court is in recess. Started with so little evidence, though. Alright. To be continued next week. Yep, save. Alright. Turnabout beginnings. Trial. Yep, part 1, 2. I know, the time's just gonna get longer and longer. Bye. Alright.
Yeah, I know. These cases are getting longer and longer. Jesus. To be fair, this is entirely a trial case. Like, there's no investigation, so it makes sense that the trial itself is a little bit like the trial sections are a little bit longer. To be fair, though, they're not that much longer. We're not exactly like. It's not exactly like significantly longer, you know. By the sixth game, the tutorial is going to take 3 days. It's the reverse of the It's the reverse of the Pacific Rim Kaiju meme. You know. In 3 cases, we will have you know. We'll have a double case event. But yeah, no. Interesting stuff going on now, eh? We're prosecuting another case. Dahlia's here. Dahlia's got like history with. We knew Dahlia had history with Mia. Like, we knew that from the previous time she showed up, but we're gonna get to the bottom of exactly what that history is, huh? Yeah, but that'll be next week. We'll finish up this case real quick, and then we'll get right into the final case. Unless this game has 6 cases. Nah, this game's only got 5 cases, right? Right. I wonder what the 5th case is gonna be. I really want to finish this case just so we can go straight into a new case at the beginning. You know, get our timing right on this. We got off synced, you know, a while back. Like, our cases just got completely off sync of the normal, like, streaming times. But oh well, you know. Alright, so remember to follow, subscribe, join Discord, follow the YouTube if you want to just watch old videos. Keep up with the archive. If you want to know how we got here in the Fauxnix Wright story. But what I do need to mention again, for anyone who didn't hear the announcement at the beginning, tomorrow, because I was sick on Wednesday, I've decided that tomorrow for Monday, instead of what Shadows of the Empire fell through again. I was sick. I didn't have time to really spend on it trying to get it to work. I haven't had time. So I had a backup plan. We're not doing the backup plan. Instead, we will be playing Spiritfarer tomorrow, because I didn't play it on Wednesday. So we're going to play it tomorrow. But we're still playing on a Wednesday also, this Wednesday. So we will have 2 Spiritfarer streams in a row. That alright with everyone? Yeah? I mean, in my opinion is what matters most, and I say it's alright, so. But yeah. Yeah, so Spiritfarer tomorrow in 13 hours? 13 hours. Spiritfarer in 13 hours. I can do math. But yeah, you know. Alright, y'all. It was a good stream. Thank you, my stars. I'm getting tired. I gotta go to sleep. So, hope y'all had a great evening. I sure did.